Dude, he's bleeding real bad.
Don't worry. Don't worry. It's okay, Fritzy boy.
What happened to my brain?
Fritz. You can get this. You never had a brain. Don't worry about that. You're going to be fine.
I
come on.
so caring.
It's not that bad. It's just
Daddy.
it's not that bad. Have you guys ever heard of like Rasputin?
Yeah.
Oh, see? Now your brain's working. That's good to hear. Now your brain's working.
Kind of.
Well, you're going to be fine, man. You're going to be fine. You're
What
tougher
is-
than Rasputin, man. You're tougher than Rasputin.
What's going on with Rasputin?
Wait, what? Yeah, what did he do?
So Rasputin, also known as the Mad Monk, was born to a Serbian peasant family around 1869. Known as Grigory Rasputin, but we'll just call him Rasputin because that's pretty cool.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Eventually, he came to rise to power in Russia, and in some ways, kind of helped fall the beginning of the end of the Romanov dynasty in Russia. And basically, he wanted to become a monk. Around 18 actually, he decided to go into a monastery to look into being a monk.
Like a Buddhist monk?
A Russian monk. I don't know, Serbian monk.
What is that?
Orthodox? Eastern Orthodox?
Yeah,
They're probably Christian, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very Orthodox, actually.
Orthodox.
Extremely Orthodox. Not like a light smear of Orthodox. Like
straight up.
Up there with the Orthodox.
Straight up goat's milk Orthodox.
Straight from the teat.
Yeah.
No pasteurization on
No,
this.
just straight in. But he didn't really take to it. He actually claimed that a lot of the monks were performing homosexual acts, and that they thought that they were more perverse than anyone else. So he
Monks,
decided
dog?
to.
Like, what do you...
Is that like something to aspire to? Like, dude, I'm more perverted than you. No, prove it. Oh, well, I will.
I guess you've never been to the gathering of the Juggalos.
No. Yeah, you're right. I have not.
Very similar monastic lifestyles as your early Eastern Orthodox Russian
Droning
monks.
music, not a lot of sex.
Chanting, whoop whoop, etc.
Just change the tapas brew for Fago.
Fago, red
Yeah,
figs.
I was going to
Same
say, yeah, even back then they had it, man.
They had it going on. But so he leaves the monastery, has children, and then in his early 20s decides to become just basically a wanderer that wanders around. He's becoming someone that's looking for their religion, looking for their spirituality. And then he starts to gain reputation as a mystic and a faith healer, and becomes introduced to Russian Tsar Nicholas II and his wife Alexandria, who are looking for help for their son because they had a sickly son named Alexis, who could answer any question when you said his name.
In order to rub elbows with the high and mighty in like elite government circles, either start a cult or just say, I'm a mystic. And then people be like, you should meet the president.
Come on in.
You just gotta you have to meet the right member.
You gotta
of
read
that
the room.
Right. Exactly.
Also, I have a question. So he had kids, then he just went off on this quest.
Yeah, he would leave for months and then sometimes years at a time.
That's suspicious. That's right.
Yeah, he would leave his wife and kids. He'd be away for months or
Jeez.
sometimes
Kids are
years at a time.
so
You know what?
boring.
A woman would never be able to do that.
Nope.
That would never be allowed to do that.
Nope.
I need to
Correct.
go spiritually find myself. No. No. You gotta raise these children's.
Thank you.
Do it.
Pack in your bag.
So now you understand. Oh, the room just got 2 degrees
Natural.
warmer. So,
Murder you.
I would record it and publish it as a podcast.
it would do great. So their son Alexis had hemophilia. And so Rasputin took him under his wing and was going to use his curing powers to cure the boy of hemophilia. And
that's
after
good.
several months, actually seemed to possibly cure his hemophilia. And that just gave him all the power needed. Then he just became entrenched with the Tsar, and especially the Tsar's wife. And one of the theories is that actually he just took the kid and wouldn't let any of the doctors of the time get near him. And so it was just his. Doctors at the time would treat hemophilia with aspirin, which is a blood thinner.
What?
Yeah, they use asprin for anything. That's, that's just the way
It's
of the
like
time.
Windex.
Basically.
Yeah.
Just
Get a bug
spray it in there.
bite, spray it there.
Oh, yeah. So by keeping him away from the doctors and keeping him away from the aspirin, he kind of cured his hemophilia by not letting him take this blood-thinning medicine.
Oh, that's crazy.
So that's how he got into power. But then when World War I started, and then Nicholas has to go off and control the troops, and the wife is at home controlling domestic issues. And so since Rasputin, who now is being known as the Mad Monk, who there's all these rumors of him having sexual improprieties, even with Nicholas's wife, and having crazy parties and being a drunkard.
Fake news.
And so people think that he has Alexandra's ear. and so that he's actually controlling the government and having more influence than he should.
Puppet leader kind of thing.
Basically, they're like the mad monk is in control of our country while Nicholas is off fighting a war. Now, on the night of December 29th, 1916, a group of conspirators, including the Tsar's first cousin, a prince, and a few other people, they got together. They're like, hey, let's kill this motherfucker. So they invite him over for a party. Just his cousin invited him over for a party. And they're like, hey, have some cake and have some wine. Both the cake and the wine are slathered in cyanide. They said it was enough cyanide to kill a whole monastery of monks. So they give him this, and he just starts eating the cake, starts drinking the wine. Doesn't affect him. Doesn't affect him at all.
I've spent years building up a tolerance to cyanide.
There's a thought that that's one of the things that there are people at the time that were fearing a poison would take a little bit of poisons at all times just to build up a resistance. So that's one of the reasons they think, maybe. Or also that since they fed him cakes, sugar and cyanide can bond and changes the chemical format of it so it won't be as toxic.
Also with alcohol, too, which alcohol becomes sugar anyway.
Right, so because of the fermentation. Once it gets inside you, who knows, everything could change. But anyway, he's drinking away, he's eating away, he's getting drunk, but he's definitely not dying. So they get really confused. They're like, okay, well,
why is no one else eating the cake, guys? Like, what the fuck?
Come on, guys.
I've had two thick slices.
For you, buddy.
No, thank you very much. I'm on keto. I'm doing keto.
He's fucking like arms out, like dancing to ABBA and Madonna. He's like, I'm gonna fucking live forever. Come on, dance with me. They're like
cyanide or cannabis. Did you put in the cake? Which one was it?
Was that the Molly? Did you actually do from the Molly?
This water tastes great.
Rasputin is lit.
It just looks like that.
What a party that must have been.
Yeah.
You're trying to kill Rasputin, sitting around like, dude, are you serious?
It's like he's just like on a sugar high,
That's
like a
the
5-year-old.
third piece of cake, fourth glass of wine. Who even eats wine with cake?
Yeah, exactly.
That's true. Cake and wine.
If it's a dessert wine, like a port.
Like a port, you're gonna have like several slices of cake and glasses of port.
No, that'd be
in one
disgusting.
evening.
No, who knows what he was doing? I
And
don't
like
know.
a party thrown for you by your cousin. Like, hey cousin, come over.
Or some wine and cake.
Other political adversaries.
It'd be
and
weird
have
if
wine
we were
and
the
cake.
only one drinking all the wine and eating all the cake. It would definitely be strange.
Yeah.
So anyway, they get tired of him not dying, which it's really annoying when you're trying to kill someone, they refuse to die. So they shoot him right in the chest.
Oh my God.
Shoot him in the
quick.
chest. And he slumps in his chair, closes his eyes, and finally they're done. Until he stands up, bolts open his eyes, and starts attacking them.
What?
Just gets right out of the chair after drinking poison, eating, and a shot in the chest, gets up and just starts beating the crap out of him. So they shoot him again, another time in the back, still doesn't take him down, and then a final shot to the side of his head finally takes Rasputin
Oh
down.
my God.
No poison did it. 2 shots didn't do it. Finally, a shot to the head.
It was all that sugar.
And so they're
Yeah.
like, just to make sure, they wrap his body into a rug, drag him down to a nearby bridge, and throw
Encase
him
it
in
in
a
concrete.
freezing river.
Oh,
Yeah, just to make
Almost.
sure. And so they find his body like 3 days later just to do a postmortem and see, and then there are all these rumors because like I said, he was a very hated character, and so there are rumors that though he was stabbed 8 times first, but there was no stab wounds that they could see. They're said that he cut off his genitalia. That's always with tyrants; they always just cut the junk off immediately, but they didn't cut his junk off.
Kind of sends a message.
But the guy did take a bunch of poison. It did not affect him. Took a shot to the gut and still came up fighting, and it took 2 more to take him down. So if there's one person you want to take after when it comes to being in a fight, I would say it'd be Rasputin.
So what happened to my head?
You got stabbed in it, buddy.
Yeah, you got a little, pokey.
Little stabby
blade.
stab.
Ah, my brain.